All right, we're going live right now, Raza. How you doing, compadre? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Are you talking to me, Daniel?
Oh yeah, I'm talking to. We are live on Tejano Spotlight Radio out of San Antonio, Texas, and of course we're doing a recording for the podcast as well. So this is a fun time, man.
Daniel, I'm excited too. And the weird thing is, I didn't know that you were here in San Antonio, so I'm here too. so next time we can do something together.
Oh yeah,
how about that?
Yeah, because I'm here on the Mero Hueso de San Antonio, man.
Where are you at?
Around like about 10 minutes away from downtown, around Lady of the Lake area. So like,
nice.
Yeah, so they're puro música here, man.
Man, you gotta love San Antonio. I mean, I can tell you this much. I'm not native from San Antonio, but I have we've been here probably for close to 2 years, and it's been a blessing. We found our little community, and the music, like you're saying, people truly value Tejano music, and that's a great thing, because our kids in the future, if we don't keep that tradition, they're just not going to remember. I mean, they're not going to know anything. They're not going to know about Mas. They're not going to know about Jay Perez. They're not going to know about Joe Lopez. I mean, it's just a tradition that we have to pass on to our kids.
Yeah, and honestly, thank God, Bad Bunny, and Grupo Frontera is actually shining a light on Tejano music a little bit. So
yeah, no, I'm super happy for those guys, and the main reason why I'm happy is because sometimes something like this has to happen for people to pay attention. So now the whole world, and it's not an exaggeration, is paying attention to what other artists are doing, and that's a great thing. And people little by little, they're gonna start paying attention, and they're gonna realize that this type of music is as good as any.
Yeah, and también I have to say thank you también for giving us time to go and do this interview. And of course, I want to know the history of the band. How do you guys get started?
Yeah, well, that's pretty interesting. And a long story. I'm going to try to make it short. So we started back in 2001. My brother Roberto Garcia, my cousin Genaro Garza, and myself, Hugo Garcia. So we started this band. Before this type of music, when we were teenagers, we had a rock and roll band, which obviously it didn't take off. Just for I guess we were a little immature. We had the chance to record 2 records. Nothing happened. Obviously, those records I don't even have them, so I can't remember. I cannot be blamed, because there's no evidence of those records. Thank God. And then in 2001, we started playing. We were completely doing something else. I think we were riding horses, and one day I came up with the idea of, hey, let's make a norteño tejano band. And they were like, well, okay. So my brother plays the drums. Genaro used to play the guitar, and he's like, well, I'll play the bajo sexto. And I'm like, well, and I sing, but I mean, what am I gonna play? So I'm gonna buy myself an accordion. I'm gonna learn how to play the accordion. So back in 2001, so I started learning on the go and playing at the same time. It's when those guys that are guitar teachers, and they learn 2 lessons ahead of the student, right? So I was like that. I was learning a few things, and then I was playing live in front of people, trying not to mess up too much. And singing at the same time is kind of challenging. Playing the chord and the instrument and singing is a little more difficult. But anyway, 2001, we played in a lot of different places, a lot of different venues, and we saved quite a amount of money to make a record, and we recorded in 2003 Algo en Ti. That was our first record, and it came out in 2004. With the first single, Algo en Ti was a really a true hit. Thank goodness, because that actually helped us to get into the booking agencies and the record companies' eyes. So we signed up with Servando Cano back down in Monterey with Cerca. So we got the access to start touring with players, big players like Tigres del Norte, Ramón Ayala, Intocable, Pesado, Conjunto Primavera, and I can go on and on. Invasores. I mean, it's just
like all the big shots.
The amount of the experience that we received during those years was amazing, because we learned how to be professional in the first place. We were always on time. We were always doing the sound check on time. We never canceled any gig, and we were I will say pretty modest, but at the same time we were very responsible. Never getting drunk or doing other crazy things, which it's something individual to us. I'm not saying that's the only way to go. Other people can do whatever they feel, but I mean that was our distinctive characteristic. So that was our first record, 2004, Algo en Ti, and then we got signed, and we started getting ready for the follow up record, which was Solo Tuyo. That record had 3 singles. The first one was the Desde que no estás, which is a song that I personally really like. Very energetic, and the second single was Ven a hacer el amor conmigo. That song was really, really important, because it really put us in a whole different level. And the last song of that record was Faltó Tiempo. It's a song that I wrote, and even though it might not be that commercial success, everywhere where we play that song, it just starts with this very simple note in the accordion, and people already know that it's coming, and the anticipation is just amazing. And we ended up doing the third record for a record company with De Corazon, which is the first record that we started working with our producer and friend Gilberto Abrego. He's a great songwriter. And Manuel Herrera, I'm sorry, Poncho Herrera, which is Manuel Herrera's brother. But Poncho Herrera, he started doing the segunda voz and all the choir, kind of all the voices. Man, he's just a great talent, and it's a guy that already has Latin Grammys on his place. And well, that was the end. We decided to move on from that booking company. We started talking to a big record company. We were kind of getting into desperation, because we were not getting specific dates for to release a record, and we kind of took the hard decision to stop all of a sudden. Like, we didn't have any,
like, they didn't want to put the backing behind it.
Well, the thing is, everybody was at that moment in their life where they wanted to start a family, or either getting married or having kids. So everybody did their own thing. And to be honest with you, that was like the original people who started the band. The last time we played together was like 2009, and all fast forward to 2022 December. We got together in a family event, and they asked us to play songs, right? So that was like the first time we went to the stage after 14 years. That sounds crazy. 14 years, and we played 3 songs. And I don't know if it was just me or if the other guys felt the same way, but I felt like, oh my god, like this is something really special. And I talked to them about, hey, what do you think about sharing more music with our audience? At that point we didn't know that, or we still had an audience. People were probably still remember us at that point. To be honest with you, and it's a very logic thought, just because you walk away and then you come back like 14, 15 years later, and are you expecting your people to stay there and wait for you? So that's exactly what happened, and we realized people waited for us, and that's amazing.
Yeah, and I like just finding you guys, like going on TikTok, and I'm like, oh my god, who is this band? Because like I haven't heard of you until now, and I'm like, I feel embarrassed, but I'm like, you guys put out some awesome music. I'm like, I'm just like so impressed. Like, oh shoot, like I gotta show my friends in the Midwest. Like
I appreciate it.
Like I went and shared some video and some music, and I was like, yeah, give these guys as much airplay as possible because it's awesome music. Like even this latest single too, I'm like, oh my god, like this is a hit. And I'm like telling all these other radio stations, like, you have to get on this band. Like you have to get on the bandwagon with this. Because
See, I mean, I really appreciate what you're saying, and it really means a lot to me. And I'm pretty sure it means a lot to the other guys. But the funny thing is, we are in, I guess, in a different rhythm or phase in life compared to new bands, right? Because I mean, apparently we're new to other people. Like, and for real, it's nothing. It's nothing bad. I mean, we're new to people, but we already been in this business for a long time, and we don't feel like like we have to prove something, or like we have to have success, whatever it takes. Like at this point in our lives, we think that we are more just sharing our music, and if that helps the cause, then that's great. We'll take it. But if that does, I mean, like really commercially, nothing happens, and that's fine. That's fine, because we accomplished our goal, basically sharing our music, and hopefully somebody. And I'm super happy that you're into our music, because at least you are, in that by itself is a great success in my books.
And like even the music videos, and I'm just so impressed just by everything, the whole packaging, and your fan base, awesome fan base. Like I have to give it up por la gente allá en Monterrey escuchando también.
No, it's honestly that's the one thing that I can tell you. We are very lucky to have the people that we have supporting us. We used to have more fan clubs. Now we still have some, and I'm gonna mention the two that are really, really important. Solo Tuyas is one that is in Monterrey, based in Monterrey. Todo por Insignia is one that it used to be in Montemorelos, Nuevo León, which is a really beautiful place close to the south of Monterrey. And now it's Houston based now, but it doesn't matter. I mean, now with the internet, you can be in Spain, and you can just you can be sharing and supporting your artist, favorite artist. It doesn't really matter where you are. That's the beautiful thing about the internet and the social media. That's something that we didn't have when we were current. So the social media that was available back then was MySpace, which I know some people are like, what's that? MySpace used to be like Facebook, like something like that.
Yeah.
But that was back then, and obviously now, like you're saying, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms are really getting people together. Uh, it doesn't really matter the geography or how far we are from each other. We can still communicate, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like that's the best part about internet radio and just having the type of stuff that we do right now, because it is a big advantage as an artist, and just showing all these people brand new music like that. That's what Tejano Spotlight Radio is all about. Is we love showing brand new music. We love highlighting artists, especially artists like you. Like I'm just so honored that we're doing this interview, and especially knowing the history of the band now. I'm like, yeah, I gotta see you guys perform sometime. And
Yeah, for sure. I trust me. I still, even though I'm older than when we started, I still feel like that young man dreaming about performing in front of people, and I still feel the same way. So that doesn't change. What it does change is the aspect that I was telling you about the business. I'm not into like conquering, or like, no, I am fine with the fact that I can show my music. If people like it, that's great. If people don't like it, hey, let's try somewhere else. But the main thing is to be able to express what you have inside, because that's ultimately that's the biggest the biggest experience that you can share with people, because we all feel the same way in a way or another. And sometimes when you hear something that, oh my god, you also feel this way, because I do feel that way, and it makes a connection, on a whole different level, that it makes people connect.
yeah, that honestly, that's the way I feel about music in general. It's like we always have that connection. That's why I always say compadre and like comadre and all that.
I love it. Yeah.
Because I was like, somos en la música, somos una familia de puro músic, de puro músicos.
Puro músico. Es que, and I'm gonna say this in Spanish, so
oh yeah, it's a bilingual show, anyways.
Okay. Somos una familia por el hecho de que compartimos las mismas cosas que nos dan felicidad, que nos dan miedo, que nos dan tristeza, y todo eso lo hacemos que sea parte de nuestras vidas a través de la música. So that's why I feel that for you guys giving us the opportunity to be here it's amazing, because sometimes when you are into the conventional radio, you struggle to reach the ultimate audience, because there's others interest, there's other it's a business, okay? So
yeah.
I'm not fighting against the business, because we all have to make a living, and I understand that part. But what I agree 100% with you is that if you feel like you have an artist that deserves to be shown, or to be share with your audience, just do it. I mean, why would you not do that if you have the ability to do that, just because you have certain commercial commitments with another artist that is not even good? I don't. This is not my style. I don't criticize other artists. But recently, I came up to a band that actually the name is like very similar to the actual original group, and they sing songs of that same group, and the singer has the same voice as the original singer. I was in disbelief. Like, how in the world these guys go on the stage and they pretend that they're the other group? Obviously, they're not.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, what's the? I know, I get it. I mean, they're getting paid. Okay, that's fine. But like I will not be able to do that. Like I will if I'm like struggling because I don't have money or something, maybe I will understand that part. Like, but if you consciously doing something like that and not bringing something unique to the table, then I guess you're missing that opportunity. And again, I'm not going to mention the name or anything, but I mean I was very surprised. And this is the thing that you were mentioning with the internet. You realize that the world is actually wider and larger, and I didn't know that. Like if it wasn't for the social media, I would never guess that people do that.
Yeah, and like I see that because I used to play in the norteño and the banda and all that, and
Okay.
like the duranguense, and I was like that. Like I was used to a lot of bands doing that, and I was like, well, like it was just a carbon copy, and I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna pay full price because that isn't the original singer, and I was like, just because the drummer's the ex band member of that doesn't mean anything. I was like, I don't want to pay full price, but I was like, I was just explaining to the promoter.
But I mean, honestly, like in what you're mentioning, like at least the drummer used to be of that band.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about, these guys have nothing to do with the other band at all.
Oh, shoot.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, it's like a cover band of that original band, and I'm thinking, wow, that's like if I decide to start making like playing like Intocable, but let's pretend that I had the same voice as Ricky Munoz. Man, that will be awful. Like that will be like come on, don't you have your own voice? Don't you have your own style? I don't know. But anyway, I didn't want to bring that negativity to the interview, but sometimes
it
comes naturally.
Yeah, like with me, I completely understand. That's the best part about having the show. Like we just have conversation. Like I know after the show, hey, I want to go and have a beer with you and hang out. Like that's the best part about doing these type of interviews, and just making sure that like, hey, there's other topics besides music and all that that we can go and talk about. And
that's great.
Like it's not all about business. It's all about like, hey, we're having fun on air. Like we're having fun right now.
That's right.
And
that's right.
I'm just like, I'm happy now because now we're putting this on a podcast. So we have twice as much listeners than what we used to. And this is a completely independent radio station. We have no sponsors. This is all out of my own pocket. So that's why like finding artists like you and like helping everyone out where I can, like that's my goal. Like that was my dream ever since we started out the radio station. So
that's great. And I honestly I applaud that because not many people do that. And I think that's a great thing to do.
And like I love the whole independent artists. I love seeing artists go and take a risk with their music, and that's what this is all about. I was like, I joined the music industry as a risk, like not as a like, let's see what happens. And like I joined it as a risk.
Right. No, for sure. And everything is a risk if you think about it, right? Mm-hmm. So people have dreams, and people, they have a steady job, and they have dreams and think, should I go back to school and start that career in nursing that I wanted to do? Am I going to be looked down by my family because they're going to think that I'm risking too much? And my response to that person that might be in that struggle will be, you know what? Just do whatever your heart desires, because at the end, your family or your friends, they're not going to be the ones dealing with yourself. You're going to be the one being 24/7 with yourselves, and you have to do something that you really truly like. So that's something that I really encourage people to pursue their dreams and just keep going. I mean, not not very not a very crazy thing in my mind, to follow your dreams.
Yeah. And any advice for some of these up and coming artists? Because we have a lot of up and coming artists that are listening to the show and listen to the podcast. And any advice that you have for them?
um I will I will say, always, get together with people that are positive, and whatever you do, whatever you want to accomplish, you will get it. But you have to be surrounded by the right people. Positive people, people who can tell you the truth, but at the same time, I'm always a believer of, somebody comes with a problem, they have to come up with a solution. I'm not going to come and say, Daniel, you know, uh, I don't know, the microphone doesn't work. I don't like it. No, if I'm going to tell you something like that, I'm going to say, hey, why don't we try this microphone that I just got, right?
Mhm.
Let's try this and on for a minute, and I think this might work better. So if you get surrounded by people like that, proposing things, not criticizing things without an advice. And always, the other thing that I'm definitely going to say is, do not take advice from people who haven't done. Can we say bad words here?
Oh yeah, we're internet radio.
Do not take shit from people who haven't done anything in their lives. So if you are, I don't know, a person that has comments about radio, and I'm gonna, stand in front of you saying, oh, you know what? I think you should manage your radio station like this. But if I haven't done anything, do not take my advice, please. On the other hand, if you know that a person has been successful in the field that you are in, and they tell you something with their, with in the positive, in a positive way, and a constructive way, then you're more prone to listen to that advice, and maybe take some of those points in consideration. But then, yeah, I think that everything starts with, you start talking to people who are lazy. You're gonna become the lazy person. If you start hanging out with people who are really hardworking, and they have projects, and they have dreams, you're gonna become that person that is gonna have dreams. Gonna have. It's always, you want to feed that spirituality, or philosophy, whatever you want to call it, but you want to make sure that you are a person that is willing to risk everything to be happy the way you picture that you want to be happy. And happiness is always a work in progress. What happens when we are in middle school? No, you know what? When I'm in high school, I'm gonna be so happy. Then you're in high school, and then, oh my god, I can't wait to get out of high school. I'm gonna be happy when I'm in college, so on and so forth. So you're never really truly happy, because you're always thinking about the next thing. But you have to kind of be content with what you have, enjoy what you have, and just think about life goes really quickly. So I don't know. I went too far.
Oh no, like it was perfectly said. And también, would you like to talk about your latest single, Eres mi debilidad?
Eres mi debilidad. Yeah, I would love to. So that song, it's a beautiful song, because it doesn't really apply only to your it doesn't really apply only to your girlfriend, your boyfriend. It can go in a whole different level of love. You are my weakness. Like I see you, and I'm weak, because you make me feel this way. So it can be your daughter, it can be your son, it can be your mom, it can be your dad. It can be something. It can be a sense, special sensitivity that you have. So, and it's a song that I proposed to make to get in the record, and I think we accomplished a really good good point of making it happy song and danceable, and at the same time it's easy to remember the lyrics, I guess. I mean, at least for me. So Voy a Marte, which was the first single, it's a little more elaborate. Like the lyrics are a little more elaborate. I love the song. I truly love the song, but I guess in a commercial way of talking, probably Eres mi debilidad is way more commercial than Voy a Marte.
And honestly, Raza, if you guys haven't heard any of this music, go to iTunes, go to all the streaming platforms, go and check out this music, because this music is awesome. Like I'm so happy to have you on the show and to go and talk about your amazing career and just like seeing this next part of the journey. Like I know for sure Tejano Spotlight Radio, we're going to be behind you guys and playing all the latest singles that you guys put out as well. So that like,
and I can tell you this much. I mean, we're going to be right next to you guys. Whatever you guys organize, or whatever, if you later on in the future you start making festivals, or some type of event with people, we'll be there. We'll gladly be available, and for sure, this is a win-win relationship. I think you guys are so kind to offer that space to us, and then the main beneficiary will be the audience, because they're going to have another option to listen to another different type of music, and hopefully they like it, and they can support us by following us on our social media. There's we have a Facebook page. We are I think Grupo Insignia Oficial, just with one F. So it's like in Spanish, oficial, like not official, but oficial.
uh-huh.
And TikTok, we are at Grupo Insignia. And Instagram, we are at Insignia Original or Insignia Original. And what else? Oh, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel at Insignia Original or Insignia Original all together. And I want to tell you, all these social media platforms, we started basically from scratch. So that's why we are increasing our followers, but still looks like like we started yesterday, and kind of we did. We released the first single for this album in March 10th, and we are planning to release another song. I was gonna say next month. No, actually May 19th. So it's coming up. It's another song. I think a lot of people are going to be identified with this song. It's called Soy de Hielo. It's a song that do you want me to sing a little bit of that song just so you can hear the lyrics?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember the good part. It's this is the main part. Okay. Disparas a quemarropa fríamente y sin pensarlo. No dudaste ni un segundo cuando tú me hiciste un lado. Masacraste un sentimiento, destrozaste mi razón. Pero yo seguía adelante, ya sufriendo sin tu amor. Ya no. Bueno, I'm gonna leave it out there because it's just a lot of noise here. I cannot concentrate, but I wanted to just give you a heads up.
I already got like the melody and all that in my head, like oh shit, like that. Shit, like it's gonna be hot.
It's coming, and I think people are gonna like it. We already have the video for that song ready, and it's we're trying to do is basically when we release the video, we release the video the night before the actual song is. The song is basically at midnight released in all the platforms, and so people are like waiting. They see the video and then they actually can download the song, or if they want to go to Spotify, Deezer, or all the different platforms. I cannot even remember all the the number of platforms that there are now. It's amazing. It's just a lot of. I mean, my phone doesn't allow me to add one more app. It's just insane. It's just a lot.
Oh yeah, like that's the same way with my phone, and I'm listening to all these other stations, and of course, like I have my favorite artists. Like you guys are on my playlist, and like when I go and talk about the interviews, and like, oh, I'm interviewing this person next, and here, let me go and add the song to your playlist so you can have it. And
nice.
Like
that's awesome.
That's the best part, is just selling. Like I love just the business for that, just the marketing and sales part of it. But
so we do have our first show is going to be in Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm going to give you the lineup. Okay, so it goes Signo, Sólido, Costumbre, Negami, and Insignia. That's the lineup.
And you see that?
That's happening in June 24th. Actually, if you are available, I mean, you're more than welcome to come with us. And
I work at the airport, and I'm like, I was like, man, if I can get un descuento like with like Volaris or Aeromexico, or
I know, right?
Because that's one awesome show. Like that's the one thing that I noticed about the shows allá in Monterrey compared to here, and like the Norteño X and all that, like all those awesome concerts. And it's like, we need some of those shows up here.
I actually I was the other day I was talking to another guy here in San Antonio, and they were like, man, we're like going so slowly because Monterrey is getting all these festivals and things like that. We haven't. I mean, we recently had the Tejano.
Fanfare.
Right. So it was great, but it's like this guy was talking about more like like other type of artists, and I told him that I think that's a good start. There was like Signo, David Lee Garza, some other artists, and I mean it's a start, and I think hopefully we can get this lineup moving to other places. That's the goal. I mean, we'll see how it goes. The good sign of this event is that we're still 2 months away, and the tickets are really selling really, really quick. So that's a good sign, especially because in Monterrey they have. I mean, there's every week there's something going on. So that week there's another festival. It's in the same day. So it's a lot of competition as well.
Yeah, and like Monterrey, they are just putting out hits after hits. También La Casetera, Destiny, Navaida moved down there, and
that's right, man. You are up to date. I'm surprised. Not many people know that.
Like
that's great.
Like I found out about La Casetera, and I was like, oh my god, this is an awesome band. Like where.
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, the bass player was he was with Guardianes del Amor. Kirri on the accordion, he was with Límite, and the guy from the drums is from Los Plebeyos. ¿Te acuerdas del Pip Piripao?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's from the same Caballero family. So the guy from the keyboards, I don't remember his name, but he's really great. Like he's one of the greatest musicians in Mexico, and obviously the singer, she's great. She sings really well.
And plus, her dad used to be a singer también, so the history about that too.
It is like the perfect storm. It's great.
Yeah, because I know that we had them play an event in Toledo, Ohio, and they sold out that place. Like everyone was there for like Casetera, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay. And now I was like, you gotta get them to the Mexican Fiesta. I was like, Mexican Fiesta. Like I know I mentioned you guys too. I was like, you have to book them for Mexican Fiesta. Like trust me, because Milwaukee and all that. Like we have a strong Tejano Norteño base up there that a lot of people don't realize. And it's like, hey, we pay a good amount of money just for a show.
For sure. Yeah.
And I was like, some people down here in Tejas, I was like, you guys are lucky that you're able to go and get this. I was like, for me to go and see Signal, I had to pay $75 a ticket.
Wow.
Just so I can.
Yeah. That's crazy. That Kurt Cobain will say, "Oh my God, that's insane," because he was used to having people paying $20 for a concert back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, but anything is possible. I mean, Los Mier, which is they're from Nuevo León. They just went to Spain, and there's a big Paraguayan population in Spain, and they sold out every single concert they did in Spain. And you will think, well, I mean, how in the world this guy's going to Spain? Well, there's a community over there. Like there's a community over here, and you can go to, I don't know, like Seattle, Washington, and you're gonna find people from Mexico and from Central America and from South America, and as long as you are you like the music, then it's fair game. You have all the opportunity to be anywhere.
Yeah, and también any shout outs that you want to give?
Yeah, well, my biggest fans or supporters, I mean, besides my wife and my 3 kids, is, well, obviously my parents. They always been supporting my bandmates, my brother Roberto, Chuy Zúñiga, and Gilberto Abrego. He's covering up the bajo sexto, in not replacing, but in instead of Genaro, my cousin, because he's not currently playing with us. So we're gonna see if we do that in the future. And right now in the accordion, we have Cesar Esparza. So we are trying to get back on our feet and see what's the reaction from people. And again, we're at this point in life, we are thrilled to have the opportunity to be on the stage again. But what happens after that, it will 100% depend on what the response of or audience, and whatever happens is going to happen.
Yeah, and también I want to say thank you, compadre, for calling in.
Thank you.
And giving us an opportunity to know more about the band. Excited for the new single that's coming out in a couple weeks, and just being along on this journey with you. You got our support 100%. And would you like to introduce your latest single?
Of course. Thank you so much, Daniel. And we're going to present to you Eres mi debilidad. We hope you like it, and thank you for the...
Es preciso mordernos la lengua y acabar de una vez esta guerra. Es preciso mirarnos de frente y cambiar de una vez el presente. Es urgente aclarar este embrollo y salir de una vez de este hoyo. Es urgente restar la importancia al orgullo, al rencor y la rabia, y sentir el cosquilleo del amor cuando es deseo, y el poder de tu mirada que se pierde por mi suficiente, no te puedo arrancar de mi mente. Y aunque el tiempo nos ha golpeado, no podemos vivir separados. Es preciso decirnos las cosas y volver a sentir que me rozas. Revivir los momentos felices y entender que el amor no se agota. Y sentir el cosquilleo del amor cuando es deseo. Y el poder de tu mirada que se pierde por mi almohada. Y sentir el cosquilleo suave y dulce de tus besos. Y si aún me quieres, deja de llorar. Y a pesar de todo eres mi debilidad. Que a pesar de todo eres mi debilidad.